Most people think of the ocean as a beautiful place, full of life, color, and calm creatures. But that only applies near the surface. Because there is one place on Earth where none of that is true: the Antarctic Ocean. A place where the sun disappears for 6 months at a time, leaving complete darkness across an entire ecosystem. And in that darkness, everything changes. The water is freezing, cold enough to slow down biology itself, but also unusually rich in dissolved oxygen, more than almost anywhere else on the planet. And that single difference changes everything. Animals here grow in ways that feel unnatural. Starfish become giants. Sea spiders reach sizes that shouldn't be possible. Even fish grow far beyond their tropical relatives. This is polar gigantism. And it doesn't stop at size. Squids here evolved differently too. Instead of soft suction cups, many developed hooks, not just to hold prey, but to lock into it. Because in a world where food is rare and encounters can take weeks or even months, nothing can be wasted. Even hunting becomes extreme. Eyes grow massive, some of the largest in the animal kingdom, built to detect the faintest movement in total darkness. And when food disappears completely, some species turn on each other. Cannibalism becomes survival. So the real question isn't what lives here. It's what does this place turns life into? If you are curious to discover the secrets of the Antarctic Ocean, hit like and subscribe, and stay with us until the end of this journey. To really understand the magnitude of what we are dealing with, let's take a look at the most terrifying species of all, the colossal squid. And I really want you to understand how colossal this squid is, because some people think it's just an adjective for the giant squid, but if you've watched my previous videos, you already know they are not the same. The giant squid can reach around 12 to 14 meters in total length, sometimes close to 20 meters, but that's mostly because of its two extremely long feeding tentacles, which alone can stretch up to 10 meters, which feels kind of cheating. The colossal squid, on the other hand, is shorter, usually around 12 meters. So why is it so colossal? The answer lies on the weight. This squid can reach up to 500 kilograms, nearly double the mass of a giant squid. Some scientists even predict that the largest specimens, known only from beaks found in sperm whales, can weigh as much as 700 kilograms. And because of that, it is considered the heaviest invertebrate on Earth, with the giant squid coming second. So yes, this Antarctic squid is way heavier, but heavier doesn't automatically mean more terrifying. So why do these animals disturb experienced researchers? And the answer is in the way they hunt. Most squids use suction cups lined with tiny serrated teeth. They latch on, create a vacuum seal, and hold. But the Antarctic colossal squid does something else entirely. Something that feels almost unreal. Those swiveling, multi-pointed meat hooks, they are not decorations, not surface structures. These hooks are embedded deep into the muscle of its tentacles. Look at them. They can rotate almost 360 degrees. Why? Because once the squid captures something, it doesn't just hold it. It locks it in place. When the tentacles close around prey, those hooks swivel and bury themselves into flesh. And if the prey struggles, it only drives them deeper. Trying to escape doesn't loosen the grip. It makes it worse. And the colossal squid isn't the only squid that needed to adapt into these freezing waters. Another example of Antarctic squid is the giant warty squid. This species also replaces suction with hardened, claw-like hooks. Even though it's smaller, around 2 to 2.5 meters, it's built on the same principle. Another example is the Antarctic neosquid, a species that you won't find in tropical oceans because it doesn't belong there. This squid lives in the freezing, oxygen-rich depths of the Antarctic, often diving beyond 1,000 meters. Its body is elongated, almost ghost-like, with oval fins and large eyes adapted to the darkness. But what really sets this species apart are its tentacles, which have chitinous hooks used to capture prey. and its adaptation to the deep, icy waters. Which raises the real question. Why don't Antarctic squids use normal suction cups? To make it as clear as possible, take a look at how an octopus's suction cups stick to human skin. If a typical squid grabs a fish in the same waters, its cups work the same way. They create a tight vacuum seal against the scales, and that's it. Boom, done, easy. But in the Antarctic Ocean, that system starts to fail. The water is brutally cold, reaching temperatures up to minus 1.8 degrees Celsius, and the fish that live there are not normal either. Species like Antarctic toothfish, icefish, and other notothenioids survive in these conditions with thick, slippery skin, reduced scales, layers of fat, and a coating of mucus combined with antifreeze proteins in their blood. Try to stick a suction cup onto something like that. A cold, slime-covered surface. It won't seal. It slips. And in an environment where you may only get one chance to grab prey, failure means starvation. So evolution took a different path. Hooks. Because in nature, it's always the environment that shapes the animal, never the other way around. As if that wasn't enough, there's another terrifying fact about the colossal squid. It belongs to the glass squid family, known as Cranchiidae. Most of its relatives are nearly transparent, a perfect camouflage in the deep sea. But the colossal squid isn't invisible. And the reason is simple. In the deep ocean, many animals produce their own light, bioluminescence. Small fish, crustaceans, drifting organisms, glowing in the dark. If a transparent predator eats glowing prey, it gives itself away instantly. Suddenly, invisibility becomes useless. In fact, it becomes a liability. Also, there's another reason. The colossal squid hunts large, powerful prey. It needs muscle, density, and strength. And transparency requires soft, light tissue. You can't be massive and invisible at the same time. So instead, it evolved a different strategy. A deep, red body. At those depths, red light doesn't exist. It gets absorbed very quickly in the water. So red becomes black, invisible in a different way. Not by letting light pass through, but by absorbing it completely. Not hiding, but ambushing. And yet, even this predator is hunted. Its main predator is the sperm whale, using echolocation to detect it in complete darkness. No camouflage works against that, which means that even the colossal squid isn't just evolving to hunt, it's evolving to survive being hunted as well. Size, strength, massive eyes, all of it matters. And when you step back for a second, everything we've just seen starts to connect. The size, the strength, the weapons. None of this is random. It's the result of something happening at a much deeper level, something that shapes life across the entire Antarctic Ocean, polar gigantism. In cold water, gases dissolve more efficiently, including oxygen. Molecules move slower, allowing water to retain higher concentrations of dissolved oxygen. In warm tropical waters, heat increases molecular motion. Gases escape more easily, and oxygen levels drop. This creates a biological constraint. As marine biologist Daniel Pauly explained, body size in aquatic animals is ultimately limited by how much oxygen can be delivered to their tissues, and in the Antarctic Ocean, that limit is pushed. Cold, oxygen-rich waters allow for larger body sizes. At the same time, metabolism slows down, animals use energy more efficiently, lifespans increase, and growth continues slowly but for much longer. So the result? Animals that just keep growing. Starfish that normally measure 10 to 15 centimeters can reach 40 or 50 centimeters. Sea spiders that are usually just a few millimeters long can grow to several centimeters. And then there's the Antarctic toothfish, a large, muscular predator that can exceed 1.5 meters in length, living in these freezing waters thanks to antifreeze proteins in its blood. Slow-growing, long-lived, built for the cold. And it plays a key role in shaping the colossal squid, because a giant predator requires giant prey. The colossal squid feeds on toothfish, fast, slippery, powerful prey. To catch it, the squid needed stronger weapons, the rotating hooks. And to overpower it, it needed more mass. Over time, that pressure escalated. Bigger prey means bigger predator. Stronger prey means stronger predator. It's an arms race. But there's another constraint: the scarcity of food. In the deep Antarctic Ocean, encounters with prey can be rare, sometimes days or even weeks apart. So when they eat slowly. Digestion is prolonged, metabolism is low, and they extract as much energy as possible from every single meal. And then comes one of the most extreme conditions on Earth, the polar night. Months without sunlight in total darkness. For up to 6 months, these animals live in a world where vision should be useless. But the colossal squid adapted. It has some of the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, up to 40 centimeters in diameter. Enormous, light-sensitive organs designed to detect the faintest signals. Not sunlight, but movement, shadows, and bioluminescent flashes. It doesn't need to see clearly, it just needs to detect something moving in the dark. Compared to the giant squid, the colossal squid faced a different pressure: extended darkness. So it evolved accordingly: massive eyes and light-producing organs, photophores, not to illuminate the ocean, but to interact with it. And the most disturbing part, squids are not safe even from other squids. When food becomes unpredictable, cannibalism appears. It has already been documented in Antarctic squids and even in a few giant squid species. In these conditions, survival overrides everything. If it moves and if it's weaker, it becomes food. If you are curious about these animals, you might want to take a look at our video where we dive into the deep to reveal all the secrets they are hiding. And when the short Antarctic summer arrives, the entire food chain briefly explodes into life before collapsing back into darkness. And finally, one last question. What happens if this environment changes? If the Antarctic Ocean warms, the oxygen levels will decrease, metabolism will increase, and energy demands will rise. And food availability may not keep up. Large bodies, which depend on efficient oxygen use, become harder to sustain. The same conditions that allowed these giants to exist could disappear in a blink of an eye. And if that happens, they won't slowly shrink. They may simply fail to survive. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to support our channel so we can keep exploring the secrets of the deep ocean. See you on the next one.